Greetings and welcome to Energize You TV, Season 7, Episode number 20. What if fear isn't who you are, yet a measurable electrical response in your energy field, your biofield, that you can recalibrate and clear instantly? Then this week's episode is for you. The C.L.E.A.R method, mastering fear's energy. Being in that energy vibration and bringing that energy up. Now, the theme today is overcoming fear. And we take that every week from the Enlightenment book. Raise your energy in 30 seconds or less naturally so you shine with more energy, joy, and abundance. So get your copy. Let me sign it. I would love to sign it for you. And come on with me every week because I'm thrilled that you're here today. And you know what? We have an amazing guest this week. And that's exactly why I brought her on, because she is a radiant light worker, transformational coach, speaker, author. Her name is Lorel Stevens. Dear friend, and she's here for us because she was featured on ABC, also Fortune and Redbook, and the visionary creator of the C.L.E.A.R method. She brings a powerful and grounded presence to this conversation. I cannot wait. It's going to be a writer downer. So I'm going to wait for a second and you go get your water and go get your pencil because these are writer downers and you're going to have so much fun with this today. You know what? If you haven't met me yet, I'm Angel Marie Monticelli, the energy alchemist, the creator of, yes, the Energize You TV. And for almost 30 years, my mission has been to help you experience your energy, support your nervous system, and live with more joy, clarity, and that inner strength within you. I guide people from all over and from overwhelm into alignment by simply teaching powerful ways to shift their energy from the inside out. They experience their energy. This show brings together the conversation, practices, and high vibe tools that help you to feel more grounded, more confident, and more like you. So welcome. I'm so happy that you are here. So let's just dive right into what? Understanding that there's a lot of high vibe segments. And one of the most exciting ones that I get from you viewers is the exciting crystal connection. We'll wait for that one for the crystal of the week. And then there's also the energy awareness, which everybody loves to understand what energy is. And it's the biggest buzzword going out there right now, isn't it? And then the top pick of many is the energy clearing and the reset, which in 30 seconds, I'm going to help you to understand how to clear your energy. And that top pick again is that beautiful segment on the Reiki for Life segment. And a highly requested one is the transmission meditation at the end. And you know what? We're excited because Laurel has accepted that she will do that this week on this show today. So instead of me, oh yes, it's going to be Laurel, and she's going to give us a beautiful personal calibration, that energetic alignment and transmission. So we're looking forward to that. And you know what? Because there's so many people that are stuck out there, be kind and go ahead and share this with your family and your friends. They'll be happy that you did because they want to ignite their gifts. They really want to get unstuck and stay in to that vibrational energy. And right now, right here, let's take fear and let's take a quote out of the Shine On movement, or the Shine On movement. Yes, I do have that too. The Shine On, and it's fear secret number 38. And here's the quote. And of course, I'm quoting myself. Overcoming your greatest fear creates limitless growth. Isn't that so true? Limitless growth when we really step in to removing and releasing. And she's going to be telling us all about that today. So let's just dive right into the next segment, which the next segment is what science is telling us, is that everything is energy. And I want to say hi to everybody that coming on the line. DJ, always good to see you. DJ Camus, I do want to say this before we continue. DJ Camus, world-renowned artist, and has been on the show with a beautiful meditation, also painted this, and many of the ones that I have here. Amazing. Thank you, DJ. I honor you. As we jump into what is energy, and everything is energy, we go to Tesla. And I really like this from Tesla. If you want to find the secret of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, I have been teaching this for how many years? Well, almost 30 years, but yet it's always, always powerful. And this is another one that is always powerful. Also, to understand is that everything is energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed. And this is the biggest thing, is if you feel like you're a little heavy, like you walk in the room and you feel heavy and your stomach drops, that's energy. Or you're hanging out around me and you come in and you're kind of like, hi, how's it going? But then all of a sudden you feel better. Energy and higher vibrational fields will affect your biofield. Now you think, what is a biofield? Well, let me show you, because it's real. It's scientific and it's real. And the thing is that everybody has a biofield, right? We really do. Everybody has one. And the thing is your biofield gets affected by other biofields. And that's why some people will say, oh, Angel, I don't feel very good. But it's like your personal bubble. But it's also talking about, it might be even in your aura. And that's more of a kind of a woo-woo, but that is measurable also. And I really like that, because you know what? Here it is. And it tells us that the emotional vibrational frequency chart is real. And these numbers are relative, but yet they are powerful, because when you're in shame, blame, guilt, fear, trying too hard, coulda, shoulda, woulda, all of those energies, what happens? You're probably not feeling very good and you're in a lower frequency. So you want to come up to reason, love, joy, gratitude, appreciation, peace, and compassion. That's when you're going to have that feeling and feel better. And that's when you're really being the energy conductor. And yes, I said, because when you're feeling this energy that's coming, you're conducting energy. And that isn't powerful, because the heart has an electromagnetic field 5,000, yes, times greater than the brain. Whoa, right? I mean, this is measurable, in that your heart is open and it is conducting this energy all the time. And that's why I say you're a conductor. And remember, like a musical conductor in an orchestra, you can learn how to change your energy. I'm an event energy conductor. And you know what? I don't just hold space at different places and where I go. I actually connect to the biofield of other people, and I guide that invisible energy that impacts that field in every corner of the event. My goal is intentionally shape that atmosphere, that beautiful, to drive deep engagement, boost client retention, and sooner or later increase that profitability. Yet, this is the thing. I go everywhere and do this. In a 2-day virtual, I held space and was hired to do the Energy Alchemist there. Also at eWomen Network, at this chapter, I had hired. Also at the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, they have brought me into the Phoenix East Valley chapter and have invited me to do that also. And remember, this is the big thing, is I really want to say to you, because I want you to take this in. You are the energy conductor of your own life. And that's the exciting part of that, because you can move energy. You can balance energy. You can manage it. And the biggest thing is you can change the form of it. And we're going to be talking about that with Laurel all day today, because just like tuning an instrument, you can tune your own energy. I promise you can do this. And it's powerful. And you can step into it. So that's about energy and what I do, but also what you do constantly. It's very exciting. And I love this one. Tune your energy, feel like an instrument to master your reality. Wow, right? So right now, right here, let's jump into a spotlight moment with Andy Hesh from last week. See what she has to say. Here we go.
Hey, I'm Andy Hess, founder of Remix Coaching, hypnotherapist, and rapid results coach, and I'm so excited to be featured on Energize You TV. Thank you so much, Angel Marie, for creating this space that really just uplifts the entire frequency of humanity. Today, I want to give you a quick tip, one of my favorites. When we're talking about manifestation, of course, you've probably heard it's really important to be crystal clear about your vision, what you want, right? But the biggest mistake I see people make is that if you imagine ordering from the universe like you'd order from a restaurant, and you have the waiter come up and say, "What would you like tonight?" Most of us are ordering something like, "I just don't want tacos." The universe cannot deliver you not tacos. So I'll invite you to take a quick look at your goals or your vision board or something like that and ask yourself how it feels to you. When you say it, do you say something like, "I want enchiladas"? Or do you say, "I don't want tacos"? It'll make all the difference for you. Thank you so much, Angel, for this amazing opportunity. I can't wait for you to all watch our full episode. Let's rise and shine and align together.
So go ahead. Oops. I apologize. Let's come back. So go ahead and check her website out, and also check her show out. That was season 7, episode number 19. And check that out because it is about manifesting, and it is one of those good ones. I think all of them are good ones, and I cannot wait to get moving on this one to the next part. As we move, we're going to also come into the energy clearing. And I love this, and it's a favorite to many of you. So take a deep breath and breathe it down. And just imagine the clearing. And I want you to continue and listen to my voice, but really feel my voice and move the energy. Move the energy. Clear, clear, clear. So that you're open to this divine information, to the wisdom and the knowledge from myself and from Laurel, my guest today. And breathe. Just absorb this energy and clear and cleanse and clear and cleanse. And thank you, everybody getting their chat fingers on. I so appreciate it as you're clearing and cleansing. And breathe into this. Beautiful, beautiful. Way to go. I love that. And remember what? Imagine your energy field clearing. Feel your biofield clear, bright, and open. It is right now, right here. So, in that being said, let's jump into the next segment. And the next segment is the Reiki for Life segment. And this beautiful energy of Reiki. Fear is not who you are. It's a simple surge of electrical energy moving through your nervous system and your biofield. And the important part of this is energy can shift, soften, and realign the moment we bring awareness and coherence to it. Now, science shows us again and again and again that shows us what? It shows us that fear activates that place in your brain that changes your heart rhythm. And it sends your system into contraction. And remember what we said about the biofield, right? The biofield, 5,000 in the heart. So saying this, that it contracts, yet researchers show that when we do Reiki, and in that energy, sometimes it's so incredible because it's a gentle, but it also introduces to the body, the nervous system responds to it. And as it starts to respond, studies have shown measurable changes in heart rate variability, muscle tension, and brainwave patterns after Reiki sessions. Come on. That is huge. And in other words, the same system fear distributes or disturbs are the same very system Reiki helps calm you. So Reiki creates space where fear has created tightness. It brings clarity where fear has brought confusion. It invites alignment where fear has created overwhelm. Reiki helps release fear in so many ways, and it helps you to align your vibrational field also in such a way that helps you to connect and to expand your energy. So these are all things that science has told us that helps us. I love this, your nervous system permission to finally exhale. I love that one. And if you're ready to take a level 1 Reiki or come get a Reiki session, it is time. We can do it over the lines too. It is so much time. And if you really want to learn how to do Reiki, I also teach Reiki for almost 30 years. We have Reiki shares, and I do many, many things with my Reiki students. So get a session no matter where you're at today and really feel and experience your energy. Fabulous. I love this quote. Let's change gears a little bit. And I love this quote. When you breathe into fear, you reclaim the space it tried to take from you. When you breathe into fear, meaning accepting free, being okay with fear, I can't wait. Laurel's going to have some stuff to say about that. So as we move over to the next segment, is that we're going to be going right into the crystal of the week. And I cannot wait. It's always exciting to go to the crystal, but because we're diving into now this stone is called the Joy Stone. So come back, because we'll be right back after this commercial message, and we'll talk about the crystal, and Laurel will be coming up soon with her beautiful wisdom.
Traditional business cards are often lost or forgotten. This can lead to missed opportunities and wasted time and money. Java Logics offers a unique solution. Eco-friendly paperless business cards that are easy to update and share. With our QR code, you can share your card with anyone, anytime, anywhere. It's the easiest way to share your details. Interested in getting one? Click on Get Offer and get your own digital business card today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Preston, all the way from Canada. Go ahead and get your business card, your new card, your digital business card. We're going that way. Tell them Angel sent you, and you get the Angel discount right away. So let's dive right back into the crystal of the week. Here we go. And the crystal of this week is here we go, the Cave-in-Sight. Cave-in-Sight. Now, I have one. Now, I never knew I had this. I didn't until I brought this up and I started going into it. And I was like, Linda, she does all my stuff on the crystals. I said, Linda, I think I have one of these. And I went, and I do. I have one of these. This is a Cave-in-Sight. Wow, I had no idea. One is it boosts intuition and clears communication, making it a powerful truth-speaking stone. And I already told you that it's one of those crystals that is called the Joy Crystal. I was like, wow, it has so many great qualities to it. So look at this one too. It also soothes the nervous system, shifting fear into calm awareness and higher insights. Love this. One of the most profound gifts it is the ability is to help with reframe trauma at the source. Fear is tied to old memories stored in the nervous system. I really believe that. Maybe you don't, but I really believe that. And this crystal can help because it helps soften that imprint. So you can see the situation in a new perspective. That's powerful. And it is known as the protective ally. It protects the healer during sessions and creates a calming, safe field around your home or your car. Energetically, it forms a buffer. And that buffer is powerful buffer around it. So understanding all of that, and supports that, and spiritually, this crystal that I really love this crystal, and I had it in the healing room and didn't even realize that I had it in the healing room. So I must have knew, right, that this crystal is powerful, coming from a place of energy, of healing. And it simply is a beautiful crystal. For one, it's really cool, isn't it? But for two, it helps spiritually. It stimulates the intuition, and it encourages that deep inner knowing. And it's so pretty. And you know what? I had to clean it because it was all dirty, and it started dyeing all over everything with blue. So be careful. Don't use too much water on this one. It probably will just go away and you won't even know it's there. So I hope that one was wonderful. And you know what? Thank you so much for being here and raising your vibe with me. I see you and I celebrate you. And the biggest thing is thank you. We're almost at over 80,000 views a month because of you. 3.3 million minutes viewed because of you. And you stay on the show for 53 minutes. Thank you for doing that. That's just shattering all of that. And it's from the beautiful guests that come on also. And you know what? We're not going to even wait any longer. We're going to be bringing on the beautiful Lorel Stevens right now, right here. That's going to be coming on. So here we go. Welcome to the show, Lorel. So good to see you. I know you. I adore you. Please introduce yourself to everyone.
Hello, thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited to be here with you. My name is Lorel Stevens. My company is Resilient Reinventions. I'm a Reiki master teacher like you. I love Reiki, speaker and author, and just an energy like nerd. I love all of it. I grew up here initially in Flagstaff, Arizona, and then I've been here in the desert for a good 30 years now. So I'm one of those folks, kind of like Andy, that have been in Arizona all of their lives, but I'm in it to win it. I did not have to shovel any snow, so I'm cool about that. I'm married to my beautiful second husband, really a night and day difference from my first one. I have a son who is married and lives here in the valley as well. And we have two small dogs. We have downsized dogs over the years, but they're just our heart and soul. We love taking them for walks or weekend brunches on patios. So we love spending time with them.
Fabulous.
Our little babies.
Awesome. Well, welcome. We're so happy that you're here. Let's just dive right in because you're the expert. You have a lot of things around fear that you have done over these years, which that's why I picked you today. And I really love this one is the moment you observe fear with compassion, its power dissolves. That's a quote that I really like that I've heard you say before. Can you kind of go into, for the viewers, what about fear and the compassion and how does that do that?
It's sort of an opposite way of looking at it, right? I think when we experience fear, we think about fear, it's about contraction and hiding and stepping away from it, or like, no, ah. But the moment that we look at it and we understand that maybe behind that is a little child that is like, oh my God, and we find some compassion for that little thing having a fit over there and wanting to contract and sit with it for a minute and say, what's going on? Help me really understand the truth of this. Because we don't want to adopt that negative aspect of fear. We want to look at it, question it, turn it around and say, there's that little me that's hiding here. And this is my opportunity to say, I'm going to go forward anyway. I'm going to take this little thing by the hand and move forward.
I love that, how you explain that, because we've heard this before, or maybe you haven't. Fear, fantasy accepted as real.
Yeah.
Tell me about that and what fear, because many might be like, well, I feel fear and I'm going to I'm fearful.
Yeah. Well, as humans, we were only really born with two fears, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. The rest of them we've adopted from our parental units, from our socio-programming, maybe religion, along the way, from just things around us that we begin to adopt them as our truth. And we can continue to hold on to that, or we can call BS on it and say, you know what, that isn't my truth. And I'm going to question where that came from. And now I'm going to stand in the face of whatever that was, the fear of heights or the fear of failure or whatever, and say, no, okay, this is not my truth. I'm going to, just banish this and move forward anyway. So instead of a stop sign, it can become our go sign.
Beautiful. And I love how you put that, because it really is there's only two. That's scientifically proven. There's only two. Loud noise, everybody will jump. It's just the way it is.
Absolutely. Right. I've jumped plenty of times.
It's just, that's the way it is. But yet someone said that to me yesterday. They're like, oh, I have this thing about heights. And I'm like, that's adopted. That is created. But I didn't say anything because it wasn't my place. I wasn't in a counseling session, so I didn't do that. But I also like how you said parental units. I say that one all the time. I didn't know, Laura. That's so funny. And
I
the thing
from SNL or something.
Yeah, what we've learned is it's not real. It really isn't. So let's just jump in, because being that you're a Reiki master, a shamanic practitioner, and a former massage therapist, And you're also been a personal trainer and a yoga teacher. I mean, come on, you've done these things and you've studied this healing and the philosophy in Japan, China, India. Holy moly. Tell us kind of what your view from learning in those other countries. I don't even know how to ask that. So please share.
I'll start from the flip side first. The first 30 years of my life, I lived in incredible, constant fear, hypervigilance, and often sheer terror. And after escaping that type of life, I used Reiki, reflexology, and all of these different healing modalities to really help my son and I shift from where we were to a new space. And so I was just hungry for information, looking at all these indigenous nations across the world, all this beautiful ancient medicine wisdom that came from all these different countries and tribal communities. So I wanted to learn as much as I could and figure out how to apply it to my life, my own energy field, my son, so that he could move forward in his life instead of being a statistic like I could have been as well. So I really wanted to dig into all of it, and layer by layer, I was looking at taking out and excavating all these old pieces of self that didn't fit anymore, that grew up in fear, and got them out of my awareness and brought healing in layer by layer. And it took some time, it didn't come in all in like one chunk, and it didn't leave all in one chunk. That's not how it works all the time. But I just feel really blessed that I researched all those different types of healing modalities out there.
Yes, and it's probably one of the reasons I'm glad that you did, because right now it's the hottest thing going is all the healing. And we knew it was going to happen sooner or later, at least I did. So it was, but I like this. In 2005, you were awarded the Triumph Over Tragedy Award from the governor.
Yeah.
What was that?
After I escaped that violent relationship that I was in, I could have very easily just contracted and said, I'm just going to stay to myself. I'm going to stay in my tight little bubble and I'm just going to worry about me. But that's just not how I roll. So it was a big part of my healing was to reach back and pave the way and make the road better for the next people that were surviving and living in violence. So I began sharing my story all across the nation and really stepping into spaces to help people that work with victims and survivors really approach them from a different compassionate space. So at that time, I was appointed to Governor Napolitano's Commission for Prevention of Violence Against Women and Children. And she saw all my work out there in the community and knew how passionate I was about that, of paving that way so it was easier for others. And she awarded me that Triumph Over Tragedy Award. So that was awesome.
Thank you for your service in doing that. I that's just wonderful. And you also, I love this one too, is fear loses its strength when your energy becomes aligned, coherent, and present. Tell us about that.
When we're unregulated and we're sort of all over the place in our energy, especially when fear comes up, again, that contraction energy is really palpable and it's easy to sink into that. But the more that we can stay present and grounded and look at it clearly, then we can move forward in a whole different vibrational space. So sitting with it.
So can you give the viewers one thing that they can do, like right now, if they're like, yeah, that's how I feel. I get to the point where I can't move and I can feel it in my stomach right here. What can they do?
The stomach or your chest contracts, you don't feel grounded, your head is spinning and you can't think and see clearly maybe. So planting your feet on the ground, uncrossing your legs, standing, sitting, whatever it is, imagining your feet deeply planting into the center of the earth and feeling just the hands of Mother Earth holding you, just cradling you and taking that fear away. And then thinking about the top of your head and letting the sunshine just pour in through you so that you can breathe in that help, that awareness, that energy that the sun is always has for us, breathing it into the body, creating space, and then banishing the heaviness, the contraction, the fear in the chest, the gut, and sending it down the earth. She'll take it, she'll take it willingly and she'll transform it into something amazing for someone else.
That's beautiful. And I really would like to encourage everyone to adopt this and go ahead and use your fingers. I don't know. It kind of helps me to just remind myself. And I can do this if I'm outside or I'm inside, I just can imagine that vibrational field. And that's the biggest point of all of this, is knowing that you can do this. And, in 2016, a neuroscience study found that fear is literally an electronic impulse in the brain and the body.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and we have control over it. We can shift it.
Yes.
Absolutely. I heard you say a little snippet, I think, with Andy or someone recently, where there were sometimes sitting at my desk in corporate America or in some other spaces, I would take that grounding visualization with the sun and, planting into the earth into the women's restroom with me, because it was the only place that I had 2 or 3 minutes that I could imagine the sun coming in through the top of my head, and then, hey, flushing out of my system anything that wasn't in alignment and that was heavy, scary, hard, or whatever. Just move it out of the body, connect into the earth, and let it go.
That's beautiful. Yes. And I talk a lot about the toilet exercises, is what I call it, because we always tend to do what? I don't remember to do it. Oh, I forgot to do it. Oh, but every time you go to the bathroom, you're going to be like, oh, Angel said to do, Laurel said to do. And it really is one of those helpful things. And, in 2017, a study published in Journal of Evidence-Based Alternative Medicine found that the energy of connecting to this energy, and that the energy healing comes the same system that fear activates. Whoa. I mean, science tells us it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just sort of flipping the switch just a tiny, tiny little bit there.
So if and when, and I say it like that, if and when you actually take the time to identify it, feel it, you can actually release it. Just like I said, energy conductor, right? I mean, that thing. Now, you have an amazing, clear, do you call it a system, a method?
A method.
A method.
It's an acronym, of course, but a method, and it's something that I developed, but I tried to make it short and catchy.
So would you like to give us any one of those, and tell us about it, that the viewers can go, oh, I can do that one right now?
The C stands for clear. Well, I mean, the whole thing is clear, but creating awareness instead of, again, our first response being, oh God, no, not the fear. Creating awareness and just looking at it and saying, okay, maybe this is a little 2-year-old having a tantrum, believing some old story that isn't really true anymore. Let me sit with that for a minute and say, no, I'm not going to hold that vibration of it. I'm going to look at it a little bit differently, but just creating that awareness first instead of the contraction and hide.
Beautiful. Let's do one more. And viewers, listeners, this is a writer downer, so please take the time to get your pencil out. So go ahead. Let's go to another one.
The L stands for listen, learn, and look. Like, okay, where did that fear come from? Who gave it to you? Do you want this anymore? Let me listen to all the other aspects of it. It's a fear of this. Okay, well, what if that happened? Then what? Well, it's a fear of that. Oh my gosh, wow. Okay, well, is that really true? Is that really real? Like, question it, really look deep into it, and then decide whether you want to accept that as your truth anymore. But really just digging in, asking a lot of questions, really looking at all aspects of it. Where did it came from? Who said this to me? And do I want to accept this as my truth? Do I want to adopt this and implant it into my life any deeper than it already is at the moment?
Beautiful. Yes, so true. So I know that you're a transformational coach and you work with a lot of clients on helping out of fear and many other things, and you also do energy healing. So could you take us from when someone came to see you and they were here to when they're here, and give us an actionable tool so that the viewers can go, oh, I can do that. Oh, I can do that.
Absolutely. One of my clients that lived in the Flagstaff area was someone that I knew from school. And I could always tell that there was some depth beneath that surface there. But they grew up in very specific conditions and environments that had hardened them, that made them small, that they adopted those belief systems around them. But yet I could start to see, especially even through some of their Facebook and social media posts, that they were questioning some stuff. So I leaned in and I said, "Hey, bud, I've got a program I think would be really interesting for you. This is a coaching container that I can move you through, and we're going to look at things mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, consciously, unconsciously, and subconsciously, and we're going to get into stuff. And it's not going to be easy. You're going to need to do some big digging work."
Mhm.
And he was in for it, and he stayed the course for 6 months. Really started transforming his life little by little, started questioning the teachings and things that have been passed down as hand me downs and as lineages and generations, and started making some really significant changes in his life. And he is really no longer the same person and is really shifted a whole lot of things.
Fabulous. So, can you give us one thing that you gave him that he was like, wow, that one thing was really powerful that the viewers can take away today?
It kind of goes back to that theme of excavating. I really like thinking of our bodies and our what's going on in our lives as an archaeology dig. You start to dig into ourselves, looking at each piece, inventorying it, and saying, where'd this come from? Do I even want this? Is this even true for me? And then deciding what you're going to keep and what you're going to throw away. And then once we have all that crap out of the way, and I'm really, really trying to watch my potty mouth, then we start to get clear on what do we want to implant and put back in to fill up that space and to consciously move forward in a whole different way. But that archaeology excavation site is something really powerful. It worked well for him. I put myself through that coaching program before I put anyone else through it, and it really helped me turn some huge corners as well.
Fabulous. And so, viewers, take this on because it is powerful when you really step in. And this is another thing that I learned about you during my research is that you did a poem and that you called Believe. And you read it at Stop Violence Against Women Day in Washington, D.C.
Yes,
Tell
yeah.
us.
It was the Secretary of State's big event that she'd put on that year, and they probably have them every year. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, as much as it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so there was a big thing being put on downtown in Washington about that. And so I had the opportunity to read my poem, Believe, in front of this huge, huge audience. Got to share the stage with two inner city women that also got to share, like they were high school girls, that got to share reading sections of the poem with me. And it was powerful.
Fabulous.
And it was really about going through the heaviness of life and really believing that there is another path ahead. There's another way to move forward from those old, heavy, painful spaces.
And I so appreciate the service that you do because in that's why you got on ABC. That's why you got on some of these and been featured. And and that is also one of the reasons why you have written the book. You hate your job. Now what? A practical guide with a holistic perception. I'm really excited because that holistic perspective, it's the hottest thing going right now. So I can't wait to read your book.
Thank you. Absolutely. It came from my corporate roots of being a recruiter for decades and working in HR, but also like I interviewed thousands of people over the years. And when you're stuck in a position that is sucking the life out of you, it starts to show up in every other aspect of your life. And I could have written that book from just the business perspective, but that's not me. I had to dig into how else is this showing up in your life? And what other ways are you sacrificing yourself the way that you're sacrificing sitting at that job that you hate that is stealing your soul?
Yes, absolutely. I just love that. And The thing is there's lots of research, even by the Hearth Math Institute, and it's proven that these studies help you to shift that fear and into that clarity. So if you could give me another doable, actionable step that the viewers can take, it's to write her down or get ready for this, that you can do, that they can do right now to get them to not only see that they're in fear, but how to shift it.
It kind of goes back to the R in clear of reframing, reformatting, really getting clear on what doesn't work, what feels awful, what isn't a fit for you anymore, but then figuring out, where do I go from here? How am I going to pivot? How am I going to reframe and adjust this so that I can move it into a place of forward momentum and fire instead of sitting in the place of fear? And that can, be in any aspect of our lives.
I love that, because it is a reframe, or I sometimes call it a pattern interrupt. When you're stuck in something, and I do the same thing. In fact, it happened last night. I was stuck in, and I just kept rolling over, and I was getting more. And finally I was like, and I got up, I went outside. It was cold last night. We're in Phoenix, but it's cold to us, it's under 60, but it was cold. So I went outside, and I was like, woo, and it was kind of rainy, and I was like, pattern interrupt. Really important, viewers. That's what she's saying, is to have that reframe, to be able to go to the next level. And then once you reframe, then what do we do?
You move forward anyway. You move into the go sign. Go now. This fear could either keep you small, or this fear or whatever's in your way, this roadblock, can be something that if you continue to move through it anyway, you're going to experience some magic. You're going to experience freedom and a way to shift your life in immeasurable ways.
Yeah, I love that. And in 2014, another study came out from Biofield therapists that they did a measurable changes on the heart rate and the skin temperature, the muscle tension. And I love this because what it found was that energy work actually does work. It transforms that effect, that fear-related signal. And even Harvard research showed that it slows down energy work. Yeah, Reiki, if you want to call it Reiki, but energy, that condition that helps with the breathing. It reduces the activity in the brain of that flight or flight. Powerful, powerful. Can you give us something that you've done before on one of your sessions with one of your clients where they just transformed right on that table?
I've worked with a lot of trauma survivors over the years. And honestly, like we all have survived some trauma of some kind or another. Yes. Absolutely. So to have someone lay on my table first, and every bit of their body is tight, and they're not sure if they can even trust me, if they feel safe enough to breathe and let their body go and let energy in, to see them come in from the point of contraction and some spinning loop in their heads, like, I'm not safe, I'm just not safe, I'm scared, to seeing their body start to let go, seeing their limbs start to sort of vibrate as some of the old heaviness is moving out, seeing those tears start to fall, even if they're not consciously thinking of something sad at the moment, but that the body is just starting to release that, feeling their body just soften. I really like to hold the head and the back of the neck and just feeling them let go and fall into that and begin to feel safe in that place. That's magic for me to experience.
Yes, it's magic, and it also helps. Oh my gosh, this has been such a great conversation and so many great golden nuggets. So thank you so much for being here. And you have a free gift for us. Could you tell us what that is?
You bet. I'm offering a free 30-minute coaching call. We can turn it into any conversation that you want. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I have some things that I can introduce you to depending on what your needs are. I have some freebies I can give away in there, but 30 minutes to just sit down and talk through whatever's going on in your life right now, what your needs are, and how I can connect you to some resources.
I think that's wonderful. And you know what? You have agreed to go ahead and do the transmission calibration personal meditation. And I am thrilled that you have said that you would do that. So we're going to go right into that right now. I'm going to give you full screen and you go ahead and we'll start the personal transformation. And again, thank you for being here. Great stuff. I just adore you. Love you. So let's go ahead and start.
Now, wherever you are, and again, even if you're in the bathroom this particular moment, it is okay, wherever you are. And even if you're sitting at work, it is okay for you to take 2 or 3 or 4 minutes to yourself. That's the way that's how we should be taking care of ourselves, self-care. So take a few minutes here, close your eyes, begin to become aware of your breath. Are you breathing just in the shallowness of your chest and upper chest by itself? Or can you breathe that breath a little deeper in towards the diaphragm? Can you let your lower belly expand into that breath? Breathe a little deeper. Each breath a little deeper than the one before. Beginning to let go of your day so far, breathing it out. Beginning to let go of your week. Exhaling out your month this far. Begin to exhale and release the last quarter of this year. And with a big, huge, deep breath, breathing in and expanding as full as you can, begin to exhale and breathe out this entire year. Letting it fall behind you in the rearview mirror, your eyes are closed, and begin imagining that your feet or your seat, if you're sitting on a chair, are connected and rooted deep into the center of the earth, deep into that rich core of Mother Earth. Let her hold you. Feel the arms of Mother Earth just wrapping around you and beginning to help you release from your body anything that's been heavy, anything that's been stuck, wherever you've been holding grief, trauma, fear, contraction, just heaviness from what's been going on around us in our lives. Let Mother Earth just pull it away. She will take it willingly. She will transform it into magic that will help you or someone else in the road ahead. So keeping your breath nice and deep, then imagine opening up the top of your head and the brightest rays of sunshine are pouring through you. Opening up a little wider, breathing that in, letting it seep through your head and chest, breathing that warm lemon honey sunshine into your whole entire torso, filling up every organ, filling up every cell in your body. Breathing that bright sunshine through your pelvis and legs, and letting it help push out any of that dark heaviness in the body, pushing it all the way down into the earth. With each inhale, breathing in more bright, clear lemon honey sunshine. And with each exhale, letting go and releasing into the earth, let Mama Earth just take it from you. Feel your body start to loosen. Feel your breath deepen even more, flooding every cell in your body and every organ with life-giving oxygen. And letting that sunshine give you exactly what you need in this present moment and for the road ahead, giving you the energy, ideas, inspiration, vibrational frequency, letting it just give it all to you, everything that you need. And as you begin to exhale even deeper, breathing that out and letting the earth take the rest. Good. And knowing that you can come back to this space anytime that you want to and need to. Breathing in the sunshine and letting go and rooting, releasing into the earth. Good, beautiful.
That is beautiful. Beautiful. And everybody coming back gently, gently coming back. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Would you like to give a final word before I finish, and then I think you can come back and we'll do the dance at the end.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, appreciate the opportunity to be here. I love that there's such a conscious and curious community out there of people wanting to learn more. And so instead of letting fear, and believe me, it is programmed and permeated through us everywhere out there in the world right now. And it's a choice, right? We can either keep holding it, or we can say, no, this is not my truth. This is not my stop sign. This is my go sign. And I'm going to transform this fear into fire so that I can move forward powerfully. Let's do it together. You don't have to do it alone.
Bam, bam. I love that. Go.
Go.
I love that.
Go.
Thank you so much. I'll see you when we're dancing. Yay. Awesome. Awesome. She did awesome, didn't she? For sure. And you know what? She gave a free gift. And you know what? I'd like to do that too, because you are a VIP and I just adore you. And I want to get to know you. So please get on my calendar and let's have a chat, because I want to get to meet you. And believe me, you are amazing. And you know what? So is all of these amazing guests that come to me. And you want to catch the wisdom wave with these amazing guests. And every Thursday at 11 o'clock Pacific time. And you know what? This isn't just a show. It's a movement. It's a global impact. And next week we're going to have, yes, it's going to be me. And it's going to be me on Thanksgiving Day. And we're going to be talking about align with gratitude, rewiring the brain for abundance. So you don't want to miss out for next week. And I'm going to be doing a different special thing. So stay tuned to my special, because you never know what that's going to be. And you'll see it from the farmer's market. If you follow me, I'm always at the farmer's market, but this is going to be very powerful and a very special segment for everyone, because you are amazing. And remember too, your energy is the music of your life. Keep it tuned, keep it flowing, and keep it shining bright. I'll be here every Thursday for you with guests from all over. That's going to bring you, like Laurel brought today, which is that wisdom, that energy, and the golden nuggets to really uplift you and bring you to the next place. And you, I'm talking to you. And yes, I'm pointing, and I always say don't point, but I'm pointing. You have a story, you have a message, and the world needs to hear this. So reach out to me. I'd love to feature you right here on Energize You TV. And until next time, keep shining bright. Know that you matter, and activate your joy, and always elevate your abundance and ignite your energy. Until I get to see you next time, I love you so. And we're going to go right in to the song and bring this amazing lady back until I get to see you on the next Energize You TV. And let's raise our consciousness with this wonderful song that I sung. I did. Oh, there she is. Yeah. Let's sing this out. I wrote it. Just pay attention to what I'm singing to you in the words. They're just for you. So here we go.
Ambition, fire and soul. Look within your heart. Let your spirit flow. Ask for what you want. Show them what you got. Take it to the top. Don't you ever stop. Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine, shine, shine on.
Yeah.
Looking for the answers, seeking you will find. Open up your heart, leave it all behind. Smile and laugh, always give back. Glowing like a star, show them who you are. Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine, shine, shine on. You're the secret, you're the answer. You know who you are. Look within you, breathe and focus. You're a shining star.
You're the shining star. You're the shining star. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I adore you.
Raise your vibration. Shine.
Bye now. See you next time.
Shine on.